Chapter 16, Follow Me. During the Six-Day War, the Yom Kippur War, and all of Israel's subsequent conflicts, casualties sustained by officers have exceeded proportionally by far those suffered by men on the enlisted ranks. Why? Because the primary leadership principle that Israeli officers are taught is, follow me. During the Sinai campaign of 1956, the commander of an Israeli armored regiment violated orders and attacked down the length of the Mitla Pass, sacrificing numerous men and vehicles to capture a strong point that was later given up. Despite public outrage at this act of insubordination, the Israeli commander-in-chief, General Moshe Dayan, refused to discipline the man. I will never punish an officer for daring too much, but only too little. In the historic clashes of the Granicus River, Isis and Gaugamela, Alexander the Great's order of battle ran like this. Allied horses on the left, infantry phalanx in the center, silver shields to the right, then the elite companion cavalry. At the head of this 1,600-man detachment rode Alexander himself on his war horse, Buphalus, wearing a double-plumed helmet that could be seen by every man in the army. He led the charge in person and prided himself on being first to strike the enemy. This is the concept of leading by example, but it also embodies the ancient precept that killing the enemy is not honorable unless the warrior places himself equally in harm's way and gives the enemy an equal chance to kill him. The samurai code of Bushido forbade the warrior from approaching an enemy by stealth. Honor commanded that he show himself plainly and permit the foe a fighting chance to defend himself. During the North Africa campaign of 1940-42, Field Marshal Erwin Rommel led from so far forward that 3 times he either drove himself or flew himself smack among the British enemy and escaped only by blind luck and wild daring. Rommel's aggressiveness was matched by his sense of fair play and honor. A company of the Afrika Korps had surrounded a British artillery battery and was demanding its surrender. The German captain had captured an English officer named Desmond Young with a gun in his hand. The captain commanded Young to order his men to give themselves up. Young refused. At this moment, Rommel chanced to come upon the scene in his staff car. The captain explained the situation, certain that Rommel, his commanding general, would back him up. Instead, the Desert Fox ordered the captain to put away his weapon and to cease demanding of his British prisoner that he order his own men to surrender. Such an act, Rommel said, runs counter to the honorable conventions of war. He ordered his captain to find some other solution, while he himself took the Englishman Young aside and shared with him cool water and tea from his own canteen. Desmond Young, a few years later, authored Rommel, the Desert Fox, the first great biography of the Afrika Korps commander.